final race on the card. We finish off over the 1400 metres. It's a Class 3 event, race number 10. Headed by Big Bang Bong, the last start winner. He's come at barrier 14 though here. Shamport, the cheek pieces come off. Disappointing last start effort behind Landgrant. Chunghwa Spirit behind Big Bang Bong. He's come at barrier 1 though here. Ultimate Glory second to Big Bang Bong last time out. CP Power and Voyage King also coming out of the Big Bang Bong race. Sonic Fighter fourth to go public last time out. Dollar Reward and Grandmaster, who makes his first appearance ever on the turf. We're back at the touchscreen to have a look at the speed map here for the final events, and it may well be that Mythical Emperor finds the front from a low gate. Barrier 4 he's come up with, Brett.
Yep, he's often led over this course and distance, Andrew. You've mentioned Big Bang Bong already. I will mention he's the only horse in this race that's trialled since his last start, which of course was a victory from barrier 2, but barrier 14 is going to make it a little bit tougher. The other interesting horse in the race is Monica, who has the blinkers applied. Now, if you look at the form from overseas with blinkers on, the horse was right up on the speed. Barrier number 11 may be something to offset as well. Dollar Award raced very handy for a long period of the time last time he was at the races too, so he might be able to get a little saloon passage down there on the rail. All
right, we'll come back and have a look at the key races in a second. Paul, what have you got for us?
Start off with the Bong, actually. Big Bang Bong. He's improved really well since his win. He's going well. Look, he's under a good hold, isn't he? Look, he really wants to go on with it. 400 metres for him as he comes down. And he's a good price, $11 currently for him. Voyage King. Now, I highlighted him before his last start. I thought it was a really good run. Now, Peter Ho's doing the work on him. He's a visiting jockey from Macau, and he's improved again, this horse. So I think he's going to run a big race. And Peter Ho is a very good jockey out of Macau. And here's Iron Boy, Douglas White, aboard him. He's a recent winner at Sha Tin as well, and he's been going very well for Francis Lloyd since he's been back with that stable, and he's a super keen horse in the mornings as well.
All right, OK, we'll come back and have a look at those, a few of those. But with the Big Bang Bong race, mentioned it a number of times as we're going through the starter list there. Because this is, I suppose, the key form race coming in. Here's our winner right in the front there, Big Bang Bong, but he did this from a good gate, or certainly on paper an easy gate. Ultimate Glory out wide, stays on very strongly. We've got Dollar Reward down here on the inside in front. Voyage King further back in the white cap there. Chunghwa Spirit, just getting a little bit of a squeeze up from CP Power.
It's a bit to work with, isn't there, Andrew? I've got Dollar Reward in. This was his second up run for quite some time, and I thought he gave plenty of cheek. I'm actually going to drop off Big Bang Bong and leave him out because of the top weight and the wide barrier. But I think Ultimate Glory, when I look through all the form of this race, his form lately is outstanding. Look at him powering home here. He gets into second. But I just find it difficult to believe that he's trustworthy. For some reason, I've got it in my head that he's hard to follow with a lot of confidence. But the form underneath his belt recently suggests that's not the case at all.
Well, it's $3.90, and you can see the horse finishing just in behind him is $20, which is Voyage King. So I like him at a price. I think the reason with that Ultimate Dream is
that shadow jumping stuff.
It was that river dance stuff he did at Happy Valley that time.
It is, yeah. That sort of put a few doubts in people's minds, but obviously been racing during the daytime since then.
He's been placed in his last 3 starts
as
well.
He's in super form.
Yeah, he does well in the clips.
Shamport was disappointing last time out. We're going back to an earlier start, and the cheek pieces come off here as well. The other horses to keep an eye on. Sonic Fighter doesn't get the clearest of runs, and the other horse being Invincible Fresh.
Now, I think this is quite a strong form race. I'm going to give Shamport another chance because he's now back to 1400 metres and he pulled his whole way here. So he didn't really have the race run to suit. I like Sonic Fighter coming out of this race as well because you can see he was really tightened up late and didn't really get a good run at them as well. So of those two, I've got those two. Invincible Fresh ran okay as well.
Yeah, this is a bit of a trappy race for me. I made Invincible Fresh the horse to follow from this. I like the way he got home. You can see him weaving between horses there, final stages. He just ran straight past a couple of horses that have performed well since. He's going to need pace on. He's going to want a real scramble early. And Sonic Fighter's probably the same. So this is a little bit of a tough race for me. I'm going to tip Invincible Fresh because I think he is going to go around at some value.
All right, OK. Shamport I've dropped off this time round just with that very disappointing effort, but he clearly does have the ability. One more to take a check on, and this is Monica, who, well, there was a little bit of money for him on debut. Joe Moreira in the saddle on this occasion, ultimately out of the money, but the blinkers go on. What chance is improving second up?
Well, it's going to be it'll be a combination of whether the blinkers can extract an extra couple of lengths out of the horse, which is possible on what we saw from overseas, and the fact that the horse has now had a run. But you can see here, very vigorously ridden final stages, whether the horse wasn't fully 100% putting in because the lack of blinkers, or it was just a fitness issue. I tend to think it potentially might have been the latter, so I'm going to stay out until I see more.
Well, he was $6 there, and now Joe's jumped off and he's 33 with the blinkers on, so there's a massive difference in price.
The fact that Joe hasn't stuck with him suggests maybe he might need a bit more time.
Yeah, the winner's, though, very smart, though, in Handsome Bobo, but he has gapped them, essentially. All right, those are some of the clues. Our favourite, Sonic Fighter here, Paul.
I've got him in for second, Sonic Fighter, because I think he's going to run very well, but I'm going to go with the value run. I'll make him my long shot for the meeting, Voyage King. I've been taken with his track work in the morning, and he's on the improve all the time. I think Peter Ho's he's a really good jockey as well. Barrier 10 doesn't worry me because the horse gets back and runs on. So Voyage King to beat Sonic Fighter. Shamport, now it was over 1,600 and he pulled, so I think he had an excuse last time. Back to 1,400 metres with a fastly run race. I think he can run better, and Big Bang Bong's in form at the moment and has trialled well again since. So 9, 12, 3 and 1, but I like 9 each way.
I want to shop for a bit of value too. I think it is, as I said before, a little bit of a tricky scenario. I'm hoping there'll be pace on, and that'll suit Invincible Fresh. He'll go around at an each-way price. Happy to have a little play at him. Ultimate Glory, I think, has got the best form in the race. I'm leaving him in for second because of the reasons I mentioned before. Chunghwa Spirit's drawn well. Dollar Reward ran well second up. So 10, 7, 5, 13. But yeah, there's a few ways to play the last.
Yeah, I thought it was an open way to finish it. I've gone with Sonic Fighter, but he's come up favourite at this stage. Now, as far as the stats are concerned for this meeting, we're going to focus in on Tony Millard and Chad Schofield, a lethal combination.
They have been. They've been really good, and Refined Treasure's been sort of leading the way for them. But you can see here a first three rate of 41% for this season, 32 runners with 9 wins, a couple of seconds, couple of thirds as well. So they've got a couple of runners where they're teaming up again. They've got Me Blanco, and they've also got Shimmer and Shine. So Shimmer and Shine is the one we're going to focus on. He's only had the 2 starts, and he ran really well last time, so I think he can win, and so he can add to that stat, and Me Blanco could maybe possibly run a place. But yeah, they're going pretty well.
All right, interesting race as well. Shimmer and Shine, lightly raced individuals. But your best bet on the programme is, Paul? I'm
going to go with Sunny Power. He's only had the 3 starts. He's an improving horse. Vincent Ho should get a nice run in transit, and I think he can win in what looks like a not the strongest race around. So Sunny Power for me comes up in race number 4, and as I've mentioned, Voyage King.
Well, there he is, Peter.
There's Peter Ho there as well. For Frankie Law, I think they can improve and at a good price, 20 to 1 plus. He's 20 and 690. He can be the long shot in the last. Now the play or do in race 4, because a couple of others I like in there. Sunny Power, also like Yichong Pegasus, and Manful Star I've thrown in there as well. He's the one that will add the value to QQPs.
Strathspey for me, nice horse going forward. Tommy Berry to ride, race 5, number 7. I think he'll be extremely hard to hold out in the final stages. He's drawn a little bit wider this time, but he can sit back in the field, stay off the fence, peel wide. I think being on the C course should give him enough opportunity to close in strongly, which I think he'll do. And then the last, there's going to be pace needed, Invincible Fresh. There's a few ways to play the last, but he'll be a reasonable price. If you don't want to back him each way, you can throw him in the exotics, but I thought he ran particularly well last start. Chunghwa Spirit, Ultimate Glory and Invincible Fresh. That might be a nice little QQP to finish off the day. Put a little more in the pocket, hopefully. All
right, best bet for me. I think we've got a good crop of young sprinters coming through, and Baltic Whisper is in that group as well. Zach's unbeaten. I'm in 2 from 2. You think he can go in again? Generous Heart. I was working around a couple of horses for the long shot, but Generous Heart is the biggest price at the moment, so we'll stick with him. Dennis Yett and Berta Risley, good third on the all-weather last time out. And as far as the players concerned, House of Fun, Baltic Whisper and Dances with the Dragon. Hopefully we're not too far away with that. 2, 6 and 10. All right, we're done. Saturday racing, looking forward to it.
Should be a good day's racing, and first race at the normal time, 1 o'clock.
All right, well, that's the show. Thanks for watching. On behalf of Paul, Brett and the rest of the team, hope to see you at Shartin on Saturday, when we will be racing to win.
Good night.
Good night.